Alright, what is good, ladies and gentlemen, is Themasr ranker back again with another ranking, and today we are doing a ranking for all of the May and June music that I added to my favorite song playlist and no words / one verse song playlist these last 2 months. Yeah, it's pretty late. It's like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm actually recording this a bit later than I normally would. These music rankings I do on the day of the new month, but I was, I guess, a bit busy the last few days. It was like the last few days of my semester. I'm not exactly on vacation because I do have now like a month of tests before I actually have even then I'm not really gonna have vacation because I have some other plans for the summer that I have to do. So anyway, that's not what we're doing here today. We are ranking the music that I added in the last 2 months. We're halfway done with the year. We've made it to July. And so yeah, let us just begin, starting off with, by the way, I should mention this, we're not using the same tier list site that we used for the last music rankings. The last one I used was my tier list, and this one is, apparently it's called tierking.com, and it's just, for some reason, the other site wasn't working, and so I'm using this one instead. In the meantime, hopefully in the future the other one will go back to working, because I do like the layout of that site. It was pretty nice, but this one also works well, I think. So yeah, anyway, I think this one actually you can edit it. I can edit it, in the moment. So actually this could be this site might have a slightly better UI, because you could like edit it while you're ranking it, compared to the other one where you have to input all of the names beforehand. So anyway, let us just begin. First up, we have the no words / one verse songs that I added these last 2 months. Yeah, the first one is the Diamond is Unbreakable theme. Yeah, this was I went back, I listened to the JoJo Part 4 theme specifically for Josuke, and it is a banger. It's not exactly here for some reason. I think I mixed it up a bit here, but yeah, I would give this theme definitely S tier. Great JoJo theme. It is, really, at first, like, I didn't really appreciate it as much, but the more I listened to it, the more I thought that this is just another JoJo soundtrack banger. So definite S tier. Next we have Brass. This is iconically the Allier intro music, and I did some like editing with some other playlists I had. Like, I have a meme song playlist, but I never really listened to it ever, so I was like trying to find if maybe there are certain songs there that I can just like transfer it to other playlists so that I would end up listening to those songs more often. So this song, I just decided to move it from my meme song playlist to my no words song playlist. And so yeah, I haven't listened to it too much. By the way, we're using B tier. I know that for the last few previous music ranking tier lists we kind of got rid of B tier, but I am bringing it back, I think, because just I don't really remember the reason, but I think just the way I've been adding music the last few months is I need a B tier, because there are certain songs I just end up adding that I don't end up listening to as much. So yeah, Brass, I'm just going to give B tier. A good song. Again, like as usual, all these songs are good. It's just that some are better than others, so I'm just going to give this one. We'll go B for Brass. I think that is good, I would say. Next is New Serena. This is I heard it in Yakuza 4. I don't actually know if it's only in Yakuza 4. I think it might be also in the other Yakuza games. I seriously need to get back to watching Yakuza 5. Like, I started that, and then I took like a huge break. I might end up like restarting, just watching the story from the beginning. But yeah, it's been a very long time since we did some video game story content on the channel, so I do need to get back to completing the Yakuza 5 story. So, but yeah, I did listen to, I really like this song from Yakuza 4, like the New Serena theme, where it's like, where Kiryu, he's like in the bar, and he's like, the music is just playing in the background. I thought it was very nice. So I went to see if Spotify had it, and luckily Spotify did have it. So I ended up adding it to my playlist, and yeah, it's a banger. I would give it S tier. Another solid, just theme song, I gotta say. So yeah, just very catchy. It's pretty short, honestly. The only like real thing I could say about it is that I do sometimes wish it was a bit longer. I think it's like less than 2 minutes, but yeah, it is still a banger theme. I would say very relaxing, and yeah. Next is these last two are songs by the same artist, Joyful. This is the artist that made the song Chess. That's pretty well known. And yeah, this is a new song that I added by him, Matchmakers, and I think that might not be him, actually, it could be a her, who knows. But I would say Matchmakers, I would give probably, I don't know about S tier, but I think definitely at least A tier. I'm gonna be harsh. I'm gonna be a bit harsh. I'm not gonna give it S tier. I'm just gonna call it A tier. I think, yeah, great song. I would have to listen to it a bit more for me to give it higher, but definitely it is just one of my most replayed songs of the last 2 months, I would say. And so yeah, next is Frenchman. This is the slowed version. I think I probably added the original Frenchman. I don't remember if I ever talked about it on this channel. I probably, for last year's full end of year music ranking, I probably mentioned it at some point, but anyway, I went and listened to the slowed version, and I ended up adding that one to my no words, this playlist here. So Yeah, this is another one that is really good. I would give it probably, I think also, like, they're not S tier themes, but they are, actually Frenchman maybe, but I think Frenchman I like a bit more. Actually, they're pretty close, I would say. I think the original Frenchman is a bit better than the slowed version, so I'm just gonna give the slowed version A tier. The original Frenchman might be a bit higher, but yeah, I'm just gonna give them both A tier. I would say just more great, just music without words, I guess. Okay, that is the first one. Next up, we have the music with words. Let's see here. The first one is by Tame Impala, New Person, Same Old Mistakes. This one, I heard it and I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but then the more I listened to it, the more I liked it, and so I did end up eventually adding it to my playlist. And I give it A tier. I think that it grew on me definitely, and yeah, it's just another. I think Tame Impala, he is. As the past year, I think he is one of my favorite artists. Just even if I don't listen to a lot of songs from his discography, even when I say favorite artist, I usually mean these artists like Tame Impala, Arctic Monkeys. I don't know. No, I can't think of any more that come to mind. I shouldn't have recorded. I'm recording this almost at 4 o'clock in the morning. This isn't a good time. I'm not the most focused, but I have already delayed this video. I didn't delay it, to be honest. I just kind of forgot to record it when the month started. So I want to just have this recording out so that I don't have to worry about recording it tomorrow and just delaying it further. So anyway, yeah, I would say that Tame Impala, even if I don't listen to his full discography or anything like that, I'm not an album person. I don't really listen to a lot of albums. I usually just pick certain songs that I like from artists. I used to listen to albums, but I would just never end up liking a majority of the songs on albums. So I'm very much just a pick and choose kind of person when it comes to music, and I'm not really an album type of person. So yeah, I would say A tier for New Person, Same Old Mistakes. Next is Hope It Never Ends. This one, Connor Price, I would, his music is always fine. It's never just it never really impresses me. He's got good lyricism, I guess, but I would just give it B tier. It's not one that I love too much, but just B tier, I would say. Next is Invited. This one is also just one that I didn't really, it's fine, another B tier I would say, one that I didn't go back and listen to too often, but still a good one I would say. Next is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. Here, this is another example of a band that I have, recently they've become over the past few months, they're one of the bands that I've listened to the most of, but even so it's only maybe 3 songs of theirs, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Enter Sandman, and Master of Puppets. So I'm very much a normie, you could say, just I listen to mainstream stuff. I'm not I don't know, the mainstream stuff just usually appeals to me, I guess. You could say I have basic taste, but these are good songs, and they're very re-listenable. So For Whom the Bell Tolls, I would give this one probably, I don't know about S tier, but I would definitely, by the way, I think Enter Sandman and Master of Puppets, when I rated them, I probably gave them, I think, A tier around the time when I did the ranking. I would definitely move them both up to S tier by now. I think For Whom the Bell Tolls is a bit worse than those two, but I would still say that it is A tier. It is just another great Metallica song that is very, very just good time listening to. So next is Rhinestone Eyes. This is by Gorillaz. This is another pretty well-known song. I would give this one probably A tier. I think that this one was, this is the first Gorillaz song that I added to my playlist. And it's fine, I'm not a big Gorillaz fan, but this song specifically, I find it very catchy. The synthesizers in the background and stuff, interesting lyrics, nice melody, I guess. It's just interesting song all around. I would say it's solid A tier. Next is Jump In. I think I mentioned this around the time. I think it was probably would have been the last ranking I did for music from whatever it was, April and May. Actually, no, isn't this the May ranking? This one is currently the May and June one. The last one would have been the March and April one. So in the March and April one, it was probably around the time I finished watching Konosuba, or maybe it was January, February, I don't remember exactly, but I did mention that I ended up adding a lot of Konosuba music to my playlist. But this one, it's it was still my pretty good song playlist. And then over the last 2 months, I did ultimately, I re-listened to it more, and I was like, you know what, this is worthy enough to be in my favorite song playlist, and so I did end up moving it there. And yeah, I'd say it's just another great song from the Konosuba soundtrack. I'd give it either B or A tier. I'll be generous, I'll give it A tier just because it is a very catchy, it's the outro, it's not from Konosuba, it's from the Konosuba spin-off. This explosion, I forgot the specific name, but it's an explosion on this wonderful world, yeah. So it's the outro for the Megumin spin-off, and I think that it is just a very, just another great song, solid A tier, I would say. Soleil, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I would say it was a good song. I think that it was between B and A tier, and I didn't really re-listen to it too much, but out of all the songs I didn't really re-listen to, I remember that this one was one of the better ones. So I'll give it like a low A tier. It's not very memorable, but I do remember that it was good. So next is Camouflage. This one was pretty good. I would give this like A tier. It's not one that I really listened to too much, but it is still a very good one. I liked it a lot. Solid A tier, I would say. Live in La Vida Loca. This is a pretty famous one. I think I added this one after I finished rewatching Shrek 2, and then this was like the outro song that they played, and it was very much a banger, and yeah, just I enjoyed it, and so I added it to my playlist. I would give it, I don't know about S tier. I don't think it's S tier worthy. I don't think it's not. I didn't listen to it that much to call it S tier, but I would still call it a solid A tier, I would say. Yeah, okay, that is all for this one. And so the last one here, Figure You Out. This one I think I probably listened to the least out of all the songs from this month, I would say, so I don't really remember how it sounds too much. These are all songs from my favorite song playlist, but then even so, it's like, I probably should rename it something else, not favorite songs. It's just like, I don't know, the playlist I add all the songs I like to re-listen to, or that I just think are like good and worthy to be part of it, but yeah, honestly, like, I guess this wouldn't be considered like one of my favorite songs, even if it is part of my favorite song playlist. So yeah, it's one I don't really remember how it sounds, but I'm sure it was good enough to be on this tier list. So yeah, B tier, I guess. Heavenly Jump Style. This was a really good one. I like this one a lot. This one it's like funk kind of, I think, and it's really catchy. Really just like the background, like not vocals, but like the background music, I guess. It's just like the lyrics are good, but then the background instruments just really elevated, and so I'm going to give it a solid S tier. Very great, yeah, just wonderful song, S tier. This one is not actually new, Montegem Eclipse. This was, I think it was originally in my No Words or / one verse, but there's like a lot of Brazilian funk songs that I just consider, I end up adding them into my No Words / one verse playlist, because a lot of Brazilian funk, I just sometimes assume like, okay, I don't really understand the lyrics, so I'm just going to assume that there's like one sentence being said throughout the entire thing, or like one verse. So yeah, this song, I ended up moving from that playlist to, I think like I probably ranked this song in a previous ranking, and so this one, it was elevated, definitely. Like, I think originally I would have probably given it A tier. I would definitely give this S tier now. This is probably, as of the current day, this is my favorite Brazilian funk song. And yeah, I liked it so much that I was like, okay, you know what, I re-listened to it, and I was like, you know what, this isn't exactly one lyric, or one verse, sorry. So I was like, you know, I'm going to move this to my favorite song playlist, and I did, and so I would give this definite S tier, I would say. So okay, next up is Nacho Nacho. This is from RRR. This was, yeah, this one I was like, I listened to it initially, and I was like, it's really good. Like, but I like this song a bit more in the context of the movie, where it's like you have the actual dances going on in RRR. But the song itself is also very good. So eventually, I did re-listen to it enough times to decide that, you know what, it's worthy to be here in the favorite song playlist. So I did add it, and I would give it I'd give it A tier. Once again, it is much better. Like when you're watching in the context of the movie, and it's like all the dance sequences to go along with it, I think it is much better. Like that dance sequence, I would say is S tier. But the song itself, I would just give A tier, even if, yeah, again, like with the dancing, it is much better, I would say. Team, this one is, I feel like it's, I don't know how like well known this song is, but I do remember listening to this on the radio like back in, I think here from the cover here it says like 2014, so I'm assuming 2014 is around the time that this came out. And it is, I think I was in the car with my dad, and he was playing a song on his Spotify or maybe the radio or something, and then it was like a cover of this song, and I was like, hey, that sounds really familiar. And so I ended up like writing down the name of the cover song, and then I looked it up, and it's like I found that it was a cover of this song, and I re-listened to the song. I was like, hey, I remember this like back in the day. It played on the radio like whenever around the year it came out. So yeah, I give it like A tier. I think it's yeah, it's pretty memorable, I guess, for the fact that I was able to remember it after so many years. And yeah, I would just give it A tier. It's not like one of my favorites, but it is still a very good one. And then finally, Spit on My Tongue. That's the name of the song. I did have to censor it a bit because I think the imaging is a bit inappropriate. But yeah, I do think that this one was B tier, I guess. It's like one that I did not really, just another one that I didn't really listen to too much of, but it was, I guess, kind of catchy. The lyrics are a bit grotesque, you could say. But yeah, I would still give it A tier, I would say. So yeah. Anyway, we will do side stylists here for the B tiers. We're going to go Figure Out last. I just don't really remember it. Out of all of them, I don't remember it the least. We're going to go Hope It Never Ends, Spit on My Tongue, Invited, Brass. Yeah. Okay, for A tiers, I'm going to go with probably Soleil. Then we'll go with probably jump in Team Nacho, Camouflage, New Person, Same Old Mistakes. Yeah. Then, okay, out of these 5, I'm going to say probably Livin' La Vida Loca. I think Frenchman Slowed. Yeah, then Matchmakers. Then Rhinestone Eyes, I would say. And then For Whom the Bell Tolls. Actually, maybe Rhinestone Eyes is a bit better than For Whom the Bell Tolls. These are both like really good. I think ultimately, I listened to For Whom the Bell Tolls a bit more, but Rhinestone Eyes, I might think it is a bit better. So I'm going to give it to Rhinestone Eyes, I think. Just, yeah. Okay, for S tiers, these 4, I'm going to say probably... Feels a bit unfair because once again, Eclipse, it was from like a previous tier list, but I guess that just goes to show how good it was. I'm going to say probably last place. I'll give it a Heavenly Jump Style because it was the one that I listened to the least, I would say. Then New Serena because it's really good, but once again, it is like kind of short, so I just wish it was a bit longer. Then I am going to go probably, I'm going to go Diamond is Unbreakable and then Multigame Eclipse. Diamond is Unbreakable, fantastic theme from JoJo once again, but it was ultimately... Yeah, just I think that Multigame Eclipse was the best one. And I think I actually made a mistake here because if I'm not mistaken, I did add Dance with the Steel Ball Run. So I'm going to actually probably, okay, I'm gonna add an editing. I'm gonna stop the recording and then I'm going to, because I'm pretty sure, because I remember, I think the first song I added in the month was Dance with the Steel Ball Run, which was the theme for JoJo Part 7. So I'm going to stop the recording here and then I'm like, we're gonna do a quick cut and then we'll get back to that. So give me a second here. Right, yeah, so I did end up making a mistake. This is why I just shouldn't record at late hours and I end up making mistakes. But yeah, I did forget to include my favorite song actually of the last 2 months. This was the first song I added back in May. Yeah, this was the first song I added from these 2 months, and this is actually, yeah, I guess I peaked right at the beginning and I completely forgot about it. I guess, once again, I was tired, so when looking at all the songs, I guess I must have cut off, like, before, I forgot to include this one, basically, but yeah, this is the theme song of, I don't remember if it's specifically the theme song of Johnny Joestar from Part 7, or if it is the actual overall, I don't think it's overall, like, it's not the intro theme, I think that's called, like, Holy Steel or something like that, so, yeah, this is the theme song of, I think it's the theme song of Steel Ball Run, I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, it is the, yeah, my favorite song from the last 2 months. It is just a great thing. I think it's actually probably my favorite JoJo theme. Like, I think Diamond is Unbreakable is great. So also, like, Bloody Stream. Like, there's a lot of JoJo, like, themes that are like Il Vento d'Oro. Like, we can get into it, but we're not going to now because that is not the time and place for it. So, well, actually it is the place for it, it's just not the time for it. So yeah, I think that Dance with Steel Ball Run, it is definitely just a fantastic theme, and it was definitely 100% S tier and my favorite song of the last 2 months. I liked it more than, I listened to it probably the most out of like all these songs, I would say. Yeah, I mean, out of the new ones, like maybe there's probably some older songs that I listened to maybe a bit more than these, but out of all the new songs that I added to my favorite song playlist from the last 2 months, this one was the one that I think I listened to the most. Well, actually, this one I didn't add to my favorite song. I think I added this one to my no word / one verse playlist, even though it probably has more than one verse. I don't know. It's not consistent really what playlist I added them to, but anyway, yeah. So I would say Dance with Steel Ball Run is number 1, solid S tier, and yeah, that is my tier list for all of the May / June music that I added to my favorite song / no word / one verse playlists on Spotify. And so yeah, if you have any recommendations, any shows, movies, video game stories, anime, manga, web series, anything that you want me to review or rank or compare rankings, it does not have to be meter related, it can be anything, leave it in the comments and I will maybe possibly check it out. With that said, that is pretty much all there is to it, so let's leave it at that.